Hey everyone, I promised you some self-tanning tips and I'm going to talk all about my newly discovered favorite self-tanner, so let's jump in. There are two parts to this exercise. The first part is prepping yourself to get ready for the self-tan experience, and then there's the actual self-tanning part. But before we get into either of those, I just want to talk about why I self-tan, because there needs to be some discussion about that. First of all, I'm perfectly happy with the natural color of my skin. As much as I joke about how pale and fair-skinned I am, I'm totally fine with that. I'm happy. It is what it is. That is the color that I am. So why do I tan? Is it some pressure from society to look differently? No, it really isn't. For me, I will be, as always, perfectly honest with you. I think I look better tan, and I'll tell you why. A tan does several things. This is how I feel for me. I'm not saying that it looks like this on everybody else. I can only speak for how I feel what it does to me. I feel it makes me look thinner. I feel like it makes my skin tone look more even, which covers up things like blemishes on my face, old acne scars, hyperpigmentation on my body. It hides things like veins, I don't have varicose veins, but spider veins, cellulite, unevenness. It hides not the pores in my skin, but I have fair skin and naturally darker hair, so it hides the stubble under my skin. It makes an even canvas. I just feel that's it. That's why. Prepping the skin. You do have to put a little thought into it. You cannot do all this in one step. You really need to do this over the course of 24 hours if you want it to look really good. So I highly recommend doing all of this in the evening. So night 1 is prep, night 2 is tan. So let's talk exfoliation. If you don't exfoliate, what happens? When you do tan the next day, it will cling to every dry patch, all the dead skin, and you will have very strange dark brown patches. It will basically look like you have leprosy. It's not the look that you were intending, not after all the work you went through. So we need to exfoliate first. You do not have to go crazy and buy expensive body exfoliators. Now, I used to recommend a product by Soap & Glory called Flake Away, and I do love it as an exfoliator in general. However, and I still have it sitting in my shower and I use it, but not before I self-tan anymore, and I will tell you why. It has an oil base to it, and that oil stays on your skin and it will mess up your self-tan. Now I just go for the cheap and easy, kind of like myself. Get yourself an exfoliating mitt, an exfoliating washcloth. I will list two in the description box below. One is a washcloth at $6 at Ulta. The other are exfoliating gloves from the brand EcoTools. They're $3.99 at Ulta. This is, I don't even know where this is from. I think it's from Walgreens. It goes on your hand. It's an exfoliating mitt. Take your regular body wash, soap it up, and just gently buff. We are not looking for raw red skin. Do not scrape away a whole new layer of freshly exposed flesh. No, this should not be a painful experience. Just, gently rub, buff those elbows, just surface layer here. Do pay attention to the areas where you particularly are dry. It might not be the same area for everyone, but generally elbows, knees, ankles, all the way around the ankle. For me, collarbone area, stuff collects in my neck, not collects, but like dead skin is more in these creases on my neck. Maybe you don't have neck creases, yay for you. Strangely, my inner thighs get patchy. I don't know why, so make sure if that's an area for you. I do pay extra attention to my lower legs, your pits, especially because you're using deodorant, so make sure all that comes off. My outer arms a little bit, just, don't use this on your face. We'll talk about that in a second. Do all that, wash off. Key, okay? This is key. Nobody ever talks about this. If you walk away with one thing from this, do not shave your legs. Do not shave your legs. Do not shave your pits. Do not shave anything before you tan, because that opens up your pores and that will allow the self-tanner to absorb. And that's how you get all those little black dots all over your legs. Do not shave your legs. Okay, now we need to exfoliate your face. This is where I get a little hypocritical. There are two products that I use to exfoliate my face. They both happen to be on the expensive side. Do you need to use these? No, you do not. If you have something similar at home or you found something at the drugstore that works for you, please use those. For eons, I have used the Colleen Rothschild Dual Enzyme Polish because this is what I use to exfoliate my face anyway, and I love it. It is both a chemical and physical exfoliant, thank you. I went to New York recently and visited a PR agency, and they gifted me this lovely mask that I've used for years on and off, and it is the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask, which is also a chemical and physical exfoliant, and it smells like pumpkin bread, so there's that added bonus. And so I've gone back to using this as well just because it's awesome. But you do not need either of these. If you happen to have these in your arsenal or you're looking for a really lovely mask in general that exfoliates, I recommend both of these. And if you have sensitive skin, as I do, I can tell you that neither of these will irritate your skin. But are there other things available in the drugstore? Yes, there are, and I will list those in the description box below. Okay, so we are exfoliated, wash it off. You can now moisturize like normal because we are not tanning tonight, so you're good. You can moisturize even if you want your body, but I actually would skip that step. I kind of would. Just be a little lizard-like tonight, you'll be fine. Okay, now we get on with our day, do your normal stuff. Nighttime, we're gonna tan. So, do not shave your legs. You have not shaved your legs, you might be a little hairy, it's okay. This is the best tanner. Now, there's a couple reasons why I like this. First of all, for those of you who hear a dog chewing on a bone in the background, I apologize, but it's either that or he's chewing on a piece of furniture, so we're gonna go with the bone. This was sent to me randomly by QVC. I mentioned this in an earlier video. This is from the brand Mind Tan, and this particular version is the Super Dark Coconut 1 Hour Express Tan. She was sending me a different product and said, oh, and by the way, everyone at the office is talking about this. Are you looking for a new self-tanner? Do you want to try it? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? This stuff has quickly become my favorite. Let me tell you a little about it. Yes, it has a scent to it. It's the least offensive scent that I have ever tried. It has an indicator, meaning it will turn you brown as you put it on. So you know where you put it. My problem with now this is just my personal preference, as is everything that I talk about. I am not very talented at self-tanning. So I need to see where I've put it so that one, I don't overdo it in one area, but more importantly, so I don't skip an area. Because I have used self-tanners in the past that go on clear, and I will have like a huge, obvious part of my body that's white, like a stripe, and then, you know, tan. And that's bad. Like that, just, you can't recover from that. It's horrible. You can't just go back and paint it back on later. So I need the indicator. That's just me personally. The biggest reason why I love this product is it's basically idiot proof, meaning it's Marnie proof, meaning I can slap this on, smear it on. It has never streaked on me. It has never run on me. It has never gotten weird spots all over me. It is an even golden brown tan. Everywhere I've put it, I've never messed it up. It has never gotten splotchy. It doesn't fall off of me. It doesn't wear off in weird patches. I put it on, I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, there's usually one spot on a pillowcase where maybe like my eye got watery at night and it left a brown spot on the pillow. But other than that, it hasn't worn off on my sheets. I get up in the morning, that's when I shower, that's when I shave my legs. And okay, is it deep and dark? I mean, this is about all my body is capable of doing, but this is the darkest I've ever been with the self-tanner. Now, if I want to get even darker, I do it again the next night without exfoliating. I just do it again. I could do it again tonight. That's it. It's that simple. And I do this on my face. I do this on my body. That's actually not it. I forgot one key thing. Sorry, I got so excited. If you want a perfect tan, this one's soaking wet because I did this last night, you have to use a mitt. When you buy this at QVC, it comes together. I think if you buy this through Ulta, they're sold separately. The key, I'll use this one because it's dry. The key here is you do a couple pumps. That's key. Couple pumps. I'm all over the place today. This comes out in a foam, which is much easier to spread all over your body, like a foamy mousse than any kind of liquid or spray. So you do like a couple pumps, and when you spread it, I streak it down the whole area that I'm trying to apply it to. So let's say I'm doing my arm. I would actually go like this, whoosh. I do the sound effects. No, I'm kidding. So you do the whole arm in one long strip, and then I will start doing circular motions, working quickly because it does dry into the skin quickly, and I start doing circular motions really quickly and spread it all over very fast. And then I do 2 pumps, and I go whoosh, and then I do the same thing all over. And then I know you're gonna ask, how do you do your back? Sometimes, okay, the answer sort of varies. It depends on the situation. Sometimes I get really good at contorting, and you can really get a lot by like just going like this and then reaching around and then switching hands and going like that, and actually taking like a ruler and sticking it in the mitt. It actually extends your reach, and doing this. I've done that. Most of the time I wait until Michael's around and just kind of like beg, please just do my back. Most of the time I'm not doing this to get into a swimsuit, so it's not as important to get the whole back, just the part that might be exposed with an off-the-shoulder top, that I can reach that on my own. We're going into Tmi Zone here. Don't forget a little bit in the pits, because it looks a little weird if you raise your hands and you have stark white armpits. It's just a personal thing if you want, I don't know. Don't forget to get down your sides as well. And ladies, I'm just gonna say it, if you want the full tan everywhere, lift the girls up and get underneath them. Okay, I said it. I think I mentioned the face. I don't do anything special. I put the foam on this. I do like 1 pump for my face, and I just rub it over my whole face, my eyelids, make sure I get like all around my nose and the nooks and crannies, and blend it, you know, down my neck. I did get a question, what do you do when you do have like a blemish or a scab and it darkens a little bit darker than the rest of your face? It's very simple. Foundation tends to even that out pretty easily, but when it does, a lighter concealer just evens that out. I have it going on right now, and I hopefully you can't really tell. So yeah, just a lighter concealer that matches your current skin tone, and you're good to go. Last thing, I get asked, well, now that's all well and good, how do you keep the tan around? Well, that's hard to do on the face because we're constantly using products that are designed to fade pigmentation, which will take your tan off. But the one product I've used over the years that not only can maintain it, but actually build it back up is the Clarins Radiance Plus Golden Glow Booster. 1 to 2 drops mixed in with your daily moisturizer to maintain it, 3 drops to actually make you even darker. So I love this and highly recommend it. And then for the body, this one is also very simple. It does have a tiny bit of a faint odor. So again, recommend this more for use in the evening than during the day. It's the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer. Use this in the shower when you're all done. In the evening, just rub it all over your wet skin and then towel off and you're good to go. And this absolutely will extend the life of your tan. I would say if I do nothing to help my tan stick around, this one lasts about, I'd say 5 days is a good run. And then you're pretty much back to your normal skin tone. So that's all I have to share with you on my sunless tanning tips, self-tan, fake tan, whatever you want to call it. If I haven't hit what you're interested in, please leave any questions that you have below. If you have any tips that you want to share with all of us, please leave those in the comments below as well. I hope this was helpful. Happy fake tanning, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.